So when we're discussing artificial intelligence, we always talk about in our workshops the fact is that we're missing the forest for the tree, right? There's a huge swath of AI use cases out there, but when we focus only on ChatGPT, we miss rest of everything else, right? But it's a good starting point, right? Sometimes you just gotta go for the tree, right? You don't want to miss ChatGPT. You don't want to miss some of the other tools that are similar to ChatGPT. So let's start with single ChatGPT for now, and then we will increase our knowledge based on our appetite, right? If you're hungry for better AI, different AI, or AI that is personalized, go for it, right? You can have many ways you can use ChatGPT or AIs for your use cases. So let's start with a single tree. So that way, we're trying to learn the whole forest. Let's start with a single tree. By the way, these images are generated by an AI, right? It's generated by ChatGPT. Introduction into some of the things that AI can do. Art of possibility with AI is very wide, and where to get started could be a difficult journey, but it's always just good to start with most likely what it is that we already know, right? Most likely we know about ChatGPT. Having ChatGPT is very much something that allowed people to understand AI from a different territory, right? Uh, because when you have ChatGPT and you see the possibilities with ChatGPT, say for example, if you give it some text, it can create an image for you, and we'll showcase some of the examples for you later on this presentation. If you give it some text, it will give you some video if that's what you're looking for, right? Which, of course, text to video does not necessarily mean a full-length video, but it's a start. You can create multiple videos and put them together, create a whole commercial if you like, right? And ChatGPT nowadays, it's advanced enough that maybe it will help you to develop your own AI. So you put a text there saying, "This is the AI I'm looking for." Now it will help you develop an AI just for the purposes of your personal use. And of course, you know about many ways ChatGPT can do things like translate, have a conversation, read things out loud to you, right? So it goes from speech to text, text to speech. So you can do multiple ways back and forth, right? So you can show it a video and it can describe that video to you. You can show it an image and it can do many things for you using that image. So let's just call it what it sounds like, right? It's text to so many things, right? Text to AI, text to audio, text to speech, text to audio, text to video. So many things you can do with ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is not all that you need to know about AI because in order to uh, use AI, you can have a wider spectrum of understanding of AI. Say, for example, the large language model, right? This large language model is what ChatGPT uses. How does ChatGPT work? Well, it has a large language model that's trained, and that trained large language model is what enables ChatGPT to do all sorts of things, right? And large language model is nothing but text, right? It takes text and tries to understand what the meaning of this text is and how to do more with those text that the ChatGPT learns from, or text, or large language model. But of course, within the large language model, there's a whole lot of things that you have to explore and understand in order to understand what is a small language model, right? If it's not a large, what is a small one, right? What does a small one do, and how does that work, and what is that good for me? How do I take ownership of one? How do I build one for myself, build one for my business, or just use one in our daily operations, right? What are some of the things that I might have to know as far as the risk, as far as the cost, as far as the use cases goes? So many things, right? Right. Um, can I ask it a question about what are some of the questions or options? So let me start here. I'm going to press this. What are some of the options or choices that I have with this image that ChatGPT can help me with. Okay, so it's listing off multiple things that you can do with this logo, right? Um, Now, if you want to do something along the line of generate complementary background images for the website presentation and social media, say generate two complementary background images for websites and social media. So you can do that, right? That is one of the many things ChatGPT can do, and they're all based on text or large language model. This large language model helps to have ChatGPT do all this work for you. So this is just the background, the complementary background for the social media page, right? Um, what else can you do with ChatGPT? Well, let's say what can we find from the internet? Uh, Now what it's doing is searching the internet to give you an answer or to showcase pretty much what a Google search can showcase, right? Um, is a nonprofit organization, right? You can find so many details all in one page, right? Now, if you want to do extensive search, you can do more, but you can also ask it to do deep research, right? Um, about the services that parents um, the locale for homes. So this deep research, it will take some time, but uh, what it will do is actually do an extensive research that otherwise it will probably just give you a surface level information, but now it's going to be able to go down the rabbit hole of the internet and find farther details for you. So it's actually giving you a recommendation saying, what is it you'd like to know? In Texas, Dallas area.
Very digestible. I've been able to work with parents, young and old, even grandparents, taking them through these steps so they can, build their business, shorten some steps, right?
Okay. Daily life as a parent. Start in the morning and finish at night. Finish at before sleep. So this is being recorded, so I think, wait, am I not sharing anymore or am I sharing? I'm sharing, right?
No, you're sharing. They can't see the record can't see everybody in
Okay.
the class. They can only see you and your screen.
Me, the person speaking.
Yes. No,
Oh,
you, yeah, you as
as in
the teacher.
teacher. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
only you are being recorded. We can't see everybody that's in here.
Oh, okay. So you're seeing a different screen than I am. Okay.
Mm.
Oh man, I should have cleaned up a little bit then.
Oh, I could look, we could have turned you. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have turned you off. You want to see your face?
So I asked ChatGPT on Perplexity, which is another tool, to describe some of the things that AI can do for a parent on a daily life, right? So one of the ones that I always bring out is the one that, you can take a picture of your groceries in the fridge, right? And say, based on what I have, what can I cook, right? Or based on what I have, what it is that I should go to grocery and pick up more of, right? Or what's missing, right? Or I want to make something. So there's so many ways you can interact with an AI for the AI to help you prep a meal for the week, prep a grocery list, prep for your kid's diet, the specific diet needs. It can go down to as many sophisticated questions as you like. And if you're thinking through like, okay, what else can it do? Try it out, right? Just use the text and ask it a question, and just basic simple English will do, right? And if you don't think English is the one that you want to address the AI for, use any language you feel like, right? So yesterday I used a whole new language just to teach my kids about, how to say certain words in certain language, right? And the whole ChatGPT persona changed into that language specifically. So it was using terminologies to teach my kids about that language specifically. So if you can imagine what else ChatGPT can do, go for it, and then find out if ChatGPT can or cannot do it, or how bad can it perform those things. Okay, so let's go back to that research we started. Look, it's on this 15th resources right now, right? It's going through so many places at this point, and it's showcasing on the side like, hey, what am I looking at? What am I reading in my deep research? So it's searching for services, right? It's searching out ways that a business can be of help to mom, right? Um, Not all of them are related to the search, but as you can imagine, it's searching as many places as possible so that way it can get you the best result it can based on the internet research that probably would have taken me a few hours to do, but it's actually getting it done within a few minutes. And that's the power of AI like ChatGPT. And the reason I showed you Perplexity is to give you a range of options. So you can have Gemini as something that works with your system. Let's say, for example, in Perplexity, I can pick an AI that I would like to use, right? So, and this is the type of Gemini is a Google's AI that can work with your Google email, right? It can help you with your Google Drive. Grok, that's the recent one. Claude is Anthropic, which is AWS backed. So you have multiple levels of AI that you can use depending on type of use cases that you have, right? So I have all these for research purposes. But if you want to do research, and if you just want to find a specific solution to a topic, there's just so many ways you can use artificial intelligence for those purposes, right?